It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Woo! There you go. Ah, dang, my thing. Jesus Christ, not a... What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Lazy Ass Samurai's YouTube channel. And I hope everyone's having a real zesty day because it is the day, May 4th. May the 4th be with all of you on this special Star Wars day. Today, I think we're going to go ahead and start off with, well, I was going to... Well, you know, I got the shirt going in the watch, so you know. But I figured let's start off a whole new series of videos today, and let this be the first episode of what put me onto it, or my first experience. It's all jokes. No, but welcome to my first experience, where I'm just gonna go and take you through, well, my first experience with things. Today, of course, you can probably guess that I'm gonna be telling you about my first experience with Star Wars, because Star Wars has always held a very special place in my heart from when I was a wee lass. So wee that this beaten up pop-up book was the start of it all. Now, mind you, I was young and I have a lot of interests. I was in that nerdy type stuff, things sort of in that nature. I like to read. I was still a kid, so pop-up books were still real litty. And my grandma, my Oma, you know, grandma all the way from Germany, she came out and visited and gave me this. Because at that time, I don't know if Star Wars was just popping in Germany or what, but she gave me this pop-up book and I'm like, oh, this is real neat. I just don't know who any of these people are or what this is, but I'm genuinely interested. So, you know, fast forward a couple months, we were at Costco, me and my mother and my father, and they had a collection. You know, they had episodes 1 through 6 at this point, and it was interesting because I was like, whoa, that's Star Wars, that's the thing Grandma got me, the pop-up book. I want to watch it. I know there are movies. And it was a deal. It was agreed that they would buy me 2 at a time, since there were 6 total. And instead of just splurging all that money in that one moment, they were like, if you like the first 2, we'll come back and get the next 2. And so on until you have episodes 1 through 6. But you have to get these 2 for now and watch them. Went home, watched it. Now, mind you, I will probably mention this when I review the Star Wars movies. But I didn't know anything that was going on. I didn't know the politics. I just saw aliens, space, lightsabers, all that cool stuff. So I already fell in love with it. With my active imagination, I ran around with empty toilet paper rolls, just smacking my dad's leg, just, I'm a Jedi, oh, Star Wars this, Star Wars that. And okay, he's hooked. So we went back, got episodes 3 and 4. I felt like a boss because episode 3 is PG-13 while the other ones are PG. And I'm like, ooh, I'm about to watch a PG-13 movie. Mind you, I was like probably 9 at this time. So I wasn't 13 and I thought I was cool. I thought I was lit. So I watched 3 and 4. At the time, I did not understand that the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, came before 1, 2, and 3. So I'm sitting here because I understand what prequels meant. So I sat here and I'm like, for some reason, this 4th one don't really look too good to me. I know. Shoot me now, because at the time, I thought it was trash because it just didn't look as modern as the other ones. And mind you, I didn't really follow the story well. And then that's when the devastating moment happened. We went back to Costco, and I was going to get the next 2. I was going to get 5 and 6, and that was going to be it, because I wanted to see what was popping next. It was too late. They were gone. They didn't sell them anymore. You know, time had long passed, and I sat there crushed and devastated, thinking I'd never finished the saga. And I was done. It crushed me. Up until my grandma from Germany got the exact same 2, the 5 and 6, in the exact same collection, because they were all styled the same with the same cover art. I wish I still had the cases itself to show you, but they were all 2-disc special edition, widescreen, all that good stuff. But she somehow got the next 2 in the set and sent them from Germany all the way out here for Christmas for me. And I opened it and I lost my mind, because not only is hands down Empire Strikes Back the absolute best Star Wars movie, especially of the original trilogy, quite possibly out of the whole saga itself, fight me. You know, and then Return of the Jedi was cool because green's my favorite color, and then Luke uses the green lightsaber in that one. So I'm like, okay, I kind of respect it. You know, so it was cool. And that was my first experience with Star Wars. Years went by, and I played through Republic Commando, Coder 1, Coder 2. You know, I Force Unleashed, Force Unleashed 2, all the Lego Star Wars games. Because if there was one thing I loved when I was younger, Lego and Star Wars. And that they made the beautiful baby of Lego Star Wars products, toys, games. I was in it. I was building Lego sets. I used to just get the Lego sets just to have the minifigures to fight, but then I realized there's actual value in building the sets. So I used to have a shelf full of starfighters and droids and all this other cool stuff. And it was just really cool. Star Wars really became an important, integral part of my life. Especially because it was during that time that my biological father was still around. So, you know, we would connect over Star Wars, and it was really cool. And I had a bunch of friends who liked Star Wars too. And I was like, well, this is even better, you know? So that meant Darth Vader for Halloween this year, or Star Wars Celebration here. And it just stuck. You know, you got things when you were a kid and you're like, I used to like that, or I was really into that, but I'm not anymore. But Star Wars is like the only thing that prevailed, because it's like, Star Wars is a sort of community that tailors to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're young or old. Star Wars has been, if it's been a part of your life, it'll stay that way. I mean, clearly there's a lot of opinions that were with the prequels. People didn't like them when they came out, especially because it kind of messed up a lot of the stuff that popped up in the original trilogy. And then that hate shifted towards the sequels, you know? But that's the thing. Star Wars has been something for generations. You know, the Skywalker saga is a tale of 3 generations of Star Wars fans. I mean, you either grew up when the originals were out, you either grew up when the prequels were out, or you grew up when the sequels were out, you know? And I happen to be a prequel baby by default, because I started off with the prequels. But if I started with 4, 5, and 6, then it probably would have been different. But I'm a prequel kid, and I appreciate the change, you know? It's been handed off to different directors, and you know what? Unpopular opinion, I think the prequel trilogy is really, really good. And that's something I can talk about, sequel trilogy is really, really good. And that's something I can talk about in a whole different video. But I just wanted to just give you my first experience with Star Wars, like what really got me into this, like the posters and the you know, the trips to Disneyland that resulted in you know, me not coming home with money in my pocket. It's just, Star Wars has just been such an integral part of my life and just overall pop culture in general. And I'm happy to be celebrating Star Wars Day by bringing you this video and sharing this moment that's really precious to me. So without further ado, if you haven't seen it or haven't even heard of it, which is impossible, I'm just not even going to say if you haven't heard it. If you haven't seen Star Wars, give it a shot. If you got a friend, give it a shot. If you shoot, it's everywhere. It's inescapable. So you might as well go for it. I know people who hate Star Wars but love The Mandalorian. There's something for everybody in Star Wars. Whether it's the animated series, whether it's the live action movies, whether it's the Disney Plus show and or shows coming down the line, whether it's the books, comic books, action figures. Star Wars is everywhere, so it's got everything for somebody. So with that being said, please stay safe, wash your hands, you know, keep on top of the social distancing, wear your face mask, do all that good stuff, because you know, we deep in it now. It's been, 2 months since the quarantine started, if that. So if we're bored in the house, might as well do it while safe. All right, everybody. Stay lazy.